I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to leave this alone because not only is it late, but I just didn't want to talk about it. But I feel like I have to talk about this. I know that perps are going to be watching my channel and they're going to do what they usually do and gloat about my pain because that's what the fuck they do. But I can't hold this in anymore. There have been a few things that have been happening to me that I haven't been telling you guys that have been really worrying me. The first thing is that I've been losing my memory, and that's a combination of both the Wi-Fi and the electronic weapons being fired at my head and different parts of my body. The second thing is that electronic weapons have really been hitting this part of my face, but then we come to the third problem. I don't feel pain the same way that I used to. I've been banging my foot on a lamp. Now this lamp is hard, okay? I've been banging my foot on the lamp and I've been fired at here and I don't feel pain the same way that I used to. And today I've been feeling, I mean, not even just today, but my legs have been swelling up and my legs have been swelling up and one of my feet is not numb because I can still feel what's going on, but one of my feet is increasingly like losing sensation. Now, for the last 10 years, there have been signs that I've had type 2 diabetes, and two things have been happening. The doctors have been lying. The doctors have been lying. They've lied before. They've lied so many times. And I've known they're lying, but I've ignored it. I've chosen to ignore it because the thought of anything like that scared me. And in the meantime, I've been eating a really, really crappy diet. I've been drinking lots of fizzy drinks, eating lots of crisps and cakes. And it's not that I don't eat vegetables and drink water. I do. In fact, I'm better at that now than I used to be. But I still be eating mad shit. Ask anybody who knows me. Ask anybody who knows me. I could eat healthier, but I actively get up every day and choose not to. And I know that's not the real reason that I'm going through this right now. I know that everything that I'm going through is as a result of being stalked, being harassed my whole life, being abused. I know that me being electronically targeted, and it's most likely been going on all my life as well, that didn't help. And then also I've been suffering with like repeated medical negligence from, you know, the hospitals dealing with me, who only want to deal with me if they can make my illness bad enough that I would keep relying on pharmaceuticals. And I know that the people I love have disappointed me. I'm not going to sugarcoat any of that. I refuse to sugarcoat any of that. But let's be honest about what's going on right here and right now. There's me, all right? I've removed so many things from my life that I knew for sure were part of the problem. And yet I'm still here eating crap. I'm still here not going out like I should be doing because I'm paranoid about people coming into my house, contaminating my shit. All of that, everything has a snowball effect. But the point of the matter is that there are certain things that I'm responsible for, like what I eat, how often I go out, how I manage my money, all that. I'm responsible for all that. So partially what's going on with my health right now, it's partially my fault. And I know it's partially my fault. And I want so bad to blame the people that have done me wrong. I want to blame them so bad, but I can't. I can't. As the overdoses have taken over the years, the bad diet, the stress, the bad decision making, I know It's not entirely my fault, but I know that I have to take some responsibility for that. And that's what makes me sad. That's what makes me sad. And I should be pissed off. I should be. But I'm not pissed off. I'm just sad and scared. Because all of these symptoms that I'm going through, the exact same thing happened to my mother. And because she partially had responsibility in the way she treated herself, it was all too easy for everybody to blame the diet she had, because nobody wanted to deal with the reality of what was really happening to people and what is happening to people. But even so, I still had a certain amount of responsibility over how I treated myself, even if nobody else wanted to take responsibility for me, even if nobody else liked me. It's my job to find something to like about myself enough to want to take care of myself, and I haven't done that. And I haven't done that because I'm weak. And I haven't done that because I'm still waiting for somebody to drag me out of this fucking nightmare where I'm constantly being lied to, constantly being insulted, constantly being demeaned and degraded, broken into, tortured. I'm waiting for somebody to just say, you know what, I'm going to take you all away from all of this, and we're not going to look back, and I'm going to take care of you, and I'm going to make it okay. I'm still waiting for somebody to do that for me, and nobody is going to do that for me. I'm going through the exact same issues that my mother had. My mother is 63 years old. She's not old. Okay, she's 63 years old. She can't move. Her nerves have died so much. She can't move. She can't even speak. She can barely speak. She can barely speak. That's how I knew my mum was a targeted individual, because if I'm going through this shit and I know electronic weapons are being fired on me, and I know that for a fact, and I know that it's caused some of the symptoms that I'm going through, if not all of them, then it's definitely happened to my mum, because it's happening to my mum the exact same way. It happened to her dad too. All of this happened to her dad as well, even though my granddad on my mum's side died of pneumonia. He also had problems with his nerves. His nerves were dying. And you have to remember how long these weapons have been out. These weapons have been experimented with since at least the late 1930s. So they've been around a long time. I'm not making much sense. The point is, my nerves are dying. I don't want them to die. And the reason is that it's not that I don't want to die. I mean, we all have to die sometime, whether we want to or not. So that's a moot point. But after everything, all my dreams, all my hopes that this gang stalking shit took away from me before I even knew what dreams were, my independence was the last dream that I was able to have. That one I could actually achieve. But if my nerves continue on like this, they continue dying, I'm not even going to have that. I'm not even going to have my independence if my nerves keep dying off. Same people that tortured me are the same people that tortured my mother until she couldn't walk or speak. All she can do is think, and even then, she can't do it for that long. And unlike my mum, I don't have children looking after me because I made up my mind I wasn't going to bring any children into a world like this. So yeah, I'm sad and scared. I'm not pissed off. I should be pissed off, but I don't have the energy to be. Just don't have the fucking energy. I've got too much going on. My nerves are fucking dying on me. I don't have the fucking energy to be fucking fighting about shit anymore. I don't have the fucking strength. And I'm fucking scared. And I'm not even scared of dying. That's the messed up part. When it comes to dying, I've actually accepted that I'm gonna die. I've actually accepted it. That's not the part that pisses me off. The part that pisses me off or makes me sad is the fact that my nerves are dying and I'm slowly watching myself deteriorate. I'm watching everything that I used to be slip away slowly but surely. That's the thing that's frightening. And even if I changed my ways now, who's to say that I could really, really change it like that? I could have changed it in my 20s. But who's to say that I could change it now? And I'm completely alone. And I'm surrounded by predators. And you all know what that fucking means. I'm surrounded by fucking predators. Surrounded by emotional predators as young as 6. So really have a think. I'm surrounded by people who will literally do anything just to keep their heads above water, even if it means selling their souls for fuck all. Like, imagine a scenario. I'm a TI that's being tortured to death. My nerves are dying off, which means I'm not going to be independent forever. I may not be independent forever. And in the meantime, I have to fucking put my lives in the hands of some of the most despicable people known to man. The doctors and all these people who lied to me repeatedly about how my health was doing and deliberately made my mental health worse in order to cover up what they were actually doing. That my lives are in the hands of those people. What do you think they're going to do with it? That's the scariest part. It's not dying. Dying is something that happens to everybody. That is just one of those things. I just don't want to lose myself before I die. If I'm going to die, like, let it happen quick. Let it happen quick and let it happen in a way where I don't lose who I am. If I'm going to die, let me die as I am. I don't want to fucking die with, most of my personality gone, most of who I was just gone. I don't want that. I'm only just getting to know who I am. I'm only just, climbing out of that fucking black pit of BPD. I'm only just getting to know who I am. And now that I'm only just getting to know who I am, my nerves are fucking dying off. And on top of that, I don't have the strength to just stop filling my body with nonsense. I I'm so scared. of losing who I am. Death comes to us all. We can't do anything about that. But I was just getting to know myself, and now I'm watching that. I can't even have that. I just feel like crawling somewhere and disappearing. I don't even feel like throwing hands or being violent. I just want to disappear. I just don't want to. I just want to crawl in a hole and disappear sometimes. This is too much to take. My life was stolen from me. Maybe me blaming myself makes me feel better about that in some weird way. Maybe deluding myself that if I ate any healthier, that this would solve the problem, because if you're a TI, you know how this goes. The more you do anything positive for your life, for your body, the more they find some way to fuck with you. And I was going to talk about all the stuff that's been going on here, because I haven't been upset, and the family have been trying to make me upset. It really seems stupid to even think about it now. It just seems silly. I just don't want to lose who I am. I just don't want to lose who I am. I don't want to lose who I am. I was just getting to know myself without mental illness. I could see glimpses of what I'm like without my BPD. I could see glimpses of that person, and I actually liked her. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I've been working on my tarot readings, by the way. Been working on August 2022. I've been working on full moon and new moon. Should have them up soon. Been advertising them on Empress Justice Tarot. I don't even know what I'm doing this for. I don't even have that many followers. I don't know what I'm doing this for. I guess because I like doing it. Or maybe it's just my line of least resistance. Truth be told, my joy was always performing. But experiencing undiagnosed mental health issues and, self-sabotage, lots of different issues got in the way of that. So I don't perform, I just do tarot readings and card readings because they help me cope. Like religion helps other people cope. I've been operating from my line of least resistance for a very long time. And I'm sure a lot of TIs can feel the same way. Hell, I'm sure a lot of people in general feel the same way. Just operating on their line of least resistance. Just trying to make each day more bearable than the last, and trying to figure out exactly where they're going. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just as confused as everyone else. I might be good at astrology and tarot and reading people, but when it comes to my own life, well, you can see my nerves are dying off out of a combination of being tortured by my own fucking country and not knowing what the fuck to do about it. But spit in the wind. I am not even 40 years old yet. I'm already got my legs swelling up. My kidneys are already fucking up. I'm not even 40 yet. My nerves are dying off already. I'm not even 40 yet. I'm not even 40 yet. I'm supposed to give a fuck about what people think about my race. I'm supposed to give a fuck about what people like. I'm supposed to give a fuck about what people think. This world does not want you to be healthy. It does not want you to succeed. It just wants, or let's be real, all human beings want is cheap satisfaction, and that's it. All they want to do is act on their line of least resistance. And if they can get that out of tormenting other people, then they're going to get it out of tormenting other people. And that's all this is about. There's nothing higher in it. You really get to find out how full of shit people are when you're a TI. You really get to find out how full of shit people are and how willing they are to destroy and ruin your health for a cheap shot or two. I shouldn't post this video, but I'm going to. And I'm not going to take it down. Because the truth of the matter is that this shit is hard. Being a targeted individual is hard. Not only were you selected in something that you had no clue about, but you're being targeted with electronic weapons. You're being tormented by people for no reason. You're being stalked. You're having people breaking into your home. You're having people follow you everywhere, taking pictures, disrespecting you. And the whole time, even when you know what's going on and why, you're still asking why, because the truth is, you know that deep down in your spirit, as much as you know you've done wrong in your life, you did not deserve any of this shit. Because that's why you keep asking why. Why did I deserve to have all this happen to me to the point where I've got my fucking nerves dying, or I've got health problems, or my kidneys are fucking up, or like my feet and my legs are swollen and shit before I've even reached the age of 40 yet, let alone the age of 60. Us TIs, we go through this shit and we keep asking why. Because we know we don't deserve any of this shit. We know we don't. We know the pain that we go through outweighs anything that we could have ever done in our entire lives. And with me, I've done some horrible shit in my life. I have. I'm not saying I haven't. But I know I don't deserve any of this shit. I know I don't deserve it. So I'm constantly going to ask why. Why is this happening to me? Especially when there are people out there doing the most depraved shit. Not going through nearly what I'm going through. Not going through nearly what a lot of TIs have been going through. Not going through nearly what other TIs have been murdered by. That's why we keep asking why. It's not because we don't know the reason. We know the reason. It's experimentation for the purpose of control. We know what's going on. It's trafficking for the purpose of control. We know what's going on. We know exactly what's going on. We know there's billions of dollars, if not trillions of dollars, riding on what's going on with us. We know this. We know why. But we keep asking why because we know we are not the ones who should be going through this. We know that. But again, I'm not pissed off. I'm just sad. In fact, this whole time I've just been sad. If I was really pissed off, listen, I wouldn't be here talking to you now if I was really pissed off. Let alone for 7 fucking years. So yeah, that rambling didn't make a lick of sense. I know it don't. I don't care. I'm still gonna upload it. I don't mind being raw and honest. And if the perps want to make some kind of celebration out of it, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm sorry. I don't mind dying. I just don't want to die not being who I am. If I'm going to sacrifice myself, and I know my life, you know, because when you die, people die anyway, and people sacrifice themselves for something when they die, even when they choose not to. And it's true. It's true. That literally happens. If you don't choose what to die for actively, then you passively die for something else, right? I don't mind dying for the causes of TIs. I really don't. I don't mind doing it. I'm all right with that. I just don't want to lose myself and who I am, because if I lose myself and who I am, then TIs are no longer going to be the people I die for. And that right there is what's bothering me. Shit. That's what's really bothering me. The prospect of dying. And it wouldn't be for TIs. It wouldn't be for justice. That's what's scaring me. That's why this nerve shit is scaring me. It's not for dying. It's because dying, if I lose who I am, then I don't die for them. And I don't die to protect other people. That's what scares me more than anything. Anyway, I gotta go. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.